Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we are back again with the Dlink DIR-X3000Z. Okay, you are wondering why we are doing a review regarding this one, but today actually what we're going to show you is how to configure the mesh network of this DIR mesh Wi-Fi router. And before anything else, I would like to say thanks to our friends from Dlink Philippines for making this test possible. Okay, the configuration will actually take less than 2 minutes to configure, and it might be boring for you, so we added some information regarding this video. We're going to perform or review on how that mesh network actually works. Do you actually need it one, or is it actually better than having two Wi-Fi routers or a repeater? Later on, we're going to show you that one, but right now, let's try to configure these mesh Wi-Fi routers. Okay guys, right now I have here my mobile phone to configure this mesh system. But guys, honestly, you really don't need a mobile phone or a laptop or a desktop to configure the mesh capability of these Wi-Fi routers. The only reason why I have this phone is just to show you that there is a message easy mesh setup. Okay, and aside from that one, honestly, I have here the topology structure to show you the configuration that we have right now. We have here the one ending with 7E43 as our mesh router, the main mesh router, and this one will be added to our network as a mesh node. And of course, the one with the EDF9 MAC address is our mobile phone that is currently connected to this one. And right now, the easiest configuration that you can do for the mesh network is just clicking the mesh button on the top of this Wi-Fi router. Okay, first is click it on the main mesh router. Okay, and after that one, you'll be able to see here the WPS sign. It is blinking blue. And after that one, click the mesh button on the top of the mesh node that you want to add to your Wi-Fi network. Okay, and it's blinking now. And of course, let's just wait for a couple of minutes. Okay guys, in less than a minute, we already have our mesh node configured to our mesh network. As you can see here, we have here the one with 7E4F. That one is this DIR-X3000Z, and it is already configured with our mesh network. And of course, we're going to show you the other method to configure your mesh network. Okay guys, we have already removed the mesh node on our mesh network. As you can see here, we only have two devices again. And of course, we have reset this mesh node to factory default so we can show you on how to configure it using a LAN cable. In case if you have already disabled the WPS button on these devices, you can still use the LAN cable to configure your mesh network. And don't worry, you just need to plug this one and it will be working as a mesh node. Okay, first is for your main mesh router, just plug it on any LAN port available at the back of your Wi-Fi router. Okay, and after that one, on the mesh node that you want to add, just plug it on the one port. Okay, and let's just wait for a couple of minutes and it will be configured. And guys, that is how fast it is actually configured. Right now, we already have two mesh Wi-Fi router configured. And this one will be the mesh node. As you can see here, 7E4F is already added on our Wi-Fi network. Guys, in less than a minute, you have already configured your mesh node. And the beauty of this one, if you don't want to use the LAN cable anymore and want to place it anywhere, this will be working as a mesh node as well as wireless mesh node using the wireless backhaul. Okay, and aside from that one, that's all. Okay guys, right now I'm going to show you directly on how the mesh network works, but unfortunately that will not give you any idea on why we need a mesh network. Of course, right now what we're going to do is show you first if you are not using a mesh network. Like for our Dlink DIR-X3000Z, right now we have one DIR-X3000Z configured here on the second floor, and we have other Wi-Fi routers or repeaters on the 3rd floor and even on the ground floor. Okay? Then, aside from that one, we are connected on the DIR-X3000 for now. So even though we go closer to another node on the other part of the house, my phone would not actually reconnect to that nearest node. So in addition, we have here a tool or an application ping. Okay, I'm going to start this one. Ping is actually just telling you if you have internet connection that you're able to get a reply from the DNS server. Like for this one, 8.8.8 is a Google DNS server, and we are able to ping that one, and meaning we have internet connection. So if we don't have internet connection, it will go to request timeout. So right now, let us try to go downstairs to check if my phone will transition from our DIR-X3000Z here on the 2nd floor and transition to the router on the ground floor. Okay guys, right now we are here on the ground floor, and as you can see, our Wi-Fi signal is actually weak, but we are still connected to that DIR-X3000Z, and yes, we are still able to have internet connection because the DNS 8.8.8 is still replying to our ping request. So I'll try to move further away if I'll get some disconnection or RTO, meaning that we don't have any internet connection anymore. Yes, actually it's a bit stubborn, but yes, you can see here our Wi-Fi connection or our Wi-Fi signal is still weak on here on the ground floor, and we are still connected to that DIR-X3000 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency. Nonetheless, I'll try to show you later what happens on a real scenario or on a real maybe video call. Okay? Okay guys, right now to make you understand better, we have a video call on one of our devices. And this is using Facebook Messenger call, and we are still connected to the DIR-X3000Z. Okay, and we are here on the ground floor, and as you can see, we are getting a good connection, and the video call is not choppy or disconnecting. So let's try to go downstairs to check if our phone or call will be disconnected. Okay guys, right now we are here on the ground floor, and we are even outside, and as you can see the quality, yes, actually as you can see the fan actually stopped because we have a very low signal on this location, and we are not using any mesh capable network with our current setup. So as you can see, it's not that good, and apparently the fan stopped earlier or stuttered, meaning our internet connection is unstable, even though we have a Wi-Fi router here. So I'd just like to show you that this actually works. So right now, I'm going to show you that if I turn off this Wi-Fi network and turn it on again, it would not connect to the DIR-X3000Z because it's far away. And right now we are on the JKC 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency, which is this one, because we are actually near. So meaning that our device should actually move from one node to another whenever we are near on a specific device. As you can see, the fan's moving, and we have our connection again because we manually transition from one node to another. Okay guys, right now we're going to show you on how the mesh network works. Right now, we are on a Dlink application, and we're going to the mesh network. As you can see here, we have here the topology, structure, and we have here a lot of devices. But basically, my F9, EDF9, MAC address ending in EDF9 is my P30 Pro, and we are connected to our main Wi-Fi router. This is the DIR-X3000Z, and the other mesh node, the one ending in 7E4F, is another DIR-X3000Z located on the ground floor. For now, we are connected here on the main Wi-Fi router here on the 2nd floor, and show you that we are connected to the 5 GHz Wi-Fi frequency, and show you that our Wi-Fi strength is actually great. Maybe let's try to check the ping as well. Okay, ping. Okay, we are able to access or get a reply from 8.8.8, and let's go downstairs. Okay guys, right now we are here on the ground floor, and as you can see, our ping request didn't even have a drop connection, and as you can see as well, our Wi-Fi strength or Wi-Fi signal is to the maximum level, meaning we have actually transitioned from the DIR-X3000Z on the second floor from that one to the DIR-X3000Z here on the ground floor. Ping request is okay, and let us try to check if we actually transition using the application. And as you can see, we have here the DIR-X3000Z, the main Wi-Fi router, and the mesh node, the 7E4F, and our phone or our P30 Pro is connected with the EDF9, is connected on the DIR-X3000Z here on the ground floor. We didn't even have a drop connection when we transitioned from one node to another. That is how mesh network performs. And of course, let's try to check how about the quality if we try to do a messenger call as well. So let us now go upstairs again. Okay guys, now with the mesh network enabled. So currently, we are still connected to the DIR-X3000Z here on the second floor, and we're going to move downstairs to check if our video call or messenger call will be disconnected. Okay guys, right now we are now on the ground floor, and let's try to move outside. And as you can see, our internet connection is still working great. Let me show you that our DIR-X3000Z, we have a strong connection from that one, and our messenger call is still clear and good, and we didn't stutter, and that is actually how this mesh network performs. And there you have it. Okay, first is, let's try to summarize the things that we have done regarding this DIR-X3000Z. Okay, first is, they are actually really easy to configure. With just pressing the mesh button on the top of the Wi-Fi router and the mesh node, you already have your mesh network. And of course, using a LAN cable as well is straightforward. Connecting to the LAN port, to the WAN port, and everything works great. And for the benefits of using a mesh network compared to a traditional configuration like having multiple Wi-Fi routers or having a repeater, you have seen the benefits. You don't need to connect manually or reconnect manually to the nearest node available to you. With the mesh network, it will connect you to the nearest node available to you automatically without you even knowing. What we have done on the test, you have seen the quality of the video call is actually outstanding. I really like the configuration of this mesh network. No downtime for transitioning. It's really seamless. And I think some question would be regarding this one would like be, can I still use the LAN cable on the mesh node connecting my computer, laptop, or desktop? Yes, you can still use the LAN cable directly attached at the back of your mesh node, and it will work. And another question is, because we have previously reviewed the Eagle Pro AI system, is will it work as a mesh node coexisting with the mesh capability of this DIR-X3000Z with the Eagle Pro AI systems? Guys, unfortunately, they have their own ecosystem or they have their own mesh capability, so it can actually work as a mesh network. But if you want, you can use them as a repeater or extender with this DIR-X3000Z. But of course, if you already have the Eagle Pro AI system, that is actually a good buy or a good deal, and continue with that one. But if you're starting with a new Wi-Fi router or you want to extend your network coverage inside your house, you can go with the DIR-X3000Z. And I think that will be all for now. If you have comment and suggestion, comment down below or message me at JK Chavez on FB. I hope you learned something from this one regarding the mesh network and how easy to configure this Dlink system. And that will be all. Bye and stay safe.